When we talk about the extinct organisms, after dinosaurs, all may think about the bird dodo. No other animal is as inexorably linked with extinction as the dodo, an odd-looking flightless bird that lived on the island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean until the late 17th century. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Hidden Rees. The dodo bird disappeared so quickly off the face of Earth 300 years ago that it has become the poster bird for extinction. Perhaps you've heard the popular expression, as dead as a dodo. As sudden and swift as the dodo's demise was, though, this unfortunate bird holds important lessons for managing endangered animals that are just barely avoiding extinction today. And about the fragility of island ecosystems with their endemic species that have adapted to their unique environment. The dodo bird was a flightless bird that once inhabited the beautiful island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. Because during continental drift, the Madagascar separated from Indian plate and forms many islands. Sometime during that time, a badly lost flock of pigeons landed on the Indian Ocean island of Mauritius, located about 700 miles east of Madagascar. The pigeons prospered in this new environment. Mauritius, with its rich biodiversity and favorable climate, provided an array of food resources for the dodo bird. The island was a natural paradise, where the dodo had access to an abundance of nourishment. The dodo was an omnivorous bird, feasting on a diverse diet that included fruits, seeds, nuts, leaves, and even the occasional small reptiles. The forests of Mauritius were a cornucopia of tasty treats for this unique bird species. And also, without the constant threat of predators, the dodo bird gradually lost its need for flight, as it was unnecessary for survival. Over time, this flightlessness became a distinguishing characteristic of the species, as they adapted to their predator-free environment. With no natural predators like mammals, reptiles, or even large insects on its island habitat to fear, the dodo's behavior also evolved. They became more trusting and fearless, as they had no reason to exhibit defensive or evasive behaviors that are typically seen in birds facing predation pressure. The dodo's unique appearance also developed as a result of this predator-free environment. Over generations, they grew larger in size and developed stout bodies, as they no longer needed to be agile flyers or have streamlined forms for escape. So it's evolving over hundreds of thousands of years into the flightless, 3-foot-tall, 50-pound dodo bird, which was probably first glimpsed by human beings when Dutch settlers landed on Mauritius in 1598. Until the modern era, the dodo had led a charmed life. However, everything changed when European sailors arrived on the shores of Mauritius in the 16th century. Sailors and explorers brought with them a wave of introduced species, including pigs, dogs, cats, and rats. These creatures, previously unseen by the dodo, became a significant threat to the bird's existence. The dodo's evolutionary isolation on an island without natural predators had rendered it unprepared to defend itself against these new arrivals. The sailor's animals, especially the rats, preyed upon the dodo's eggs and vulnerable chicks, devastating their reproductive success. Furthermore, the dodo's natural fearlessness and lack of flight made it an easy target for the sailor's hunting expeditions. The bird's approachability, coupled with its large size and slow movement, made it an unfortunate victim of human greed and exploitation. The sailors saw the dodo as a source of fresh meat during their long voyages, and the bird's population declined rapidly due to excessive hunting. The relentless pursuit for food, coupled with habitat destruction and the introduction of competing species, sealed the dodo's tragic fate. And another reason for extinction of dodo, its reproduction. While many birds lay more than one egg at a time, it has been speculated from witness reports that a female dodo would lay only one egg at a time. Dodo birds typically constructed their nests on the ground, using grass, leaves, and other vegetation to create a shallow depression. The female dodo would lay a single large egg in the nest, which was incubated by both parents. It's important to note that the dodo bird's reproductive strategy was influenced by the absence of ground predators on Mauritius. With no need for elaborate concealment, the dodo's nests were more exposed compared to bird species facing predation pressure. Once the egg hatched, the parents provided dedicated care to their chick. Dodo chicks were likely prosocial, meaning they were relatively well developed at birth and able to move and feed themselves shortly after hatching. As the chick grew older and more independent, it would gradually explore its surroundings and learn essential skills from its parents. But now the situation is totally different. The indiscriminate harvesting of dodo eggs by humans and their animals led to a decline in their numbers. With limited reproductive success due to egg loss, the dodo bird faced an uphill battle in sustaining its population. It's important to note that the dodo bird was ill-equipped to cope with this new threat. Evolutionarily isolated on an island without ground predators, the dodo had not developed effective defensive mechanisms or strategies to protect their eggs from human exploitation. As human populations grew and civilizations flourished on the island, the need for land, resources, and economic development led to widespread clearing of forests. This massive deforestation had severe consequences for the dodo bird. The destruction of their natural habitat resulted in a loss of food sources, nesting sites, and overall biodiversity. These became reason for the dodo extinction. Within a remarkably short span. When Dutch settlers landed on Mauritius in 1598. Less than 65 years later, the dodo was completely extinct. The last confirmed sighting of this hapless bird was in 1662. Forever erasing this unique and fascinating bird from our planet. The official statement of the dodo's extinction in 1682 highlighted the profound impact human activities can have on vulnerable species. Dodo has been gone for centuries. Recent advancements in genetics and biotechnology have sparked discussions about the possibility of de-extinction. De-extinction is the process of resurrecting extinct species using genetic and reproductive technologies. It involves extracting DNA samples from preserved specimens, reconstructing the genome, and potentially using closely related species as surrogates for breeding. Scientists have successfully sequenced the genome of the dodo bird using genetic material from preserved remains. This breakthrough provides a valuable foundation for further research and potential de-extinction endeavors. However, it is essential to approach the idea of de-extinction with caution and consider the ethical, ecological, and practical implications involved. While the technology to de-extinct the dodo bird may be within our grasp, there are numerous challenges to overcome. These include the availability of suitable surrogate species, potential genetic limitations, and ensuring the long-term viability of the resurrected population. And that brings us to the end of our video on the dodo bird and the reasons for its extinction. Remember, it's up to us to learn from the past and shape a future where no more unique and extraordinary creatures like the dodo are lost forever.